What's going on, guys? Elevate DFS here, bringing you guys a Week 5 NFL Draftkings video. This video, I'm basically just gonna be explaining my picks and giving you guys advice on who to pick in my opinion this week. In my opinion, Atlanta Pittsburgh should be a very high-scoring game, along with other games, such as like the KC game. I think this game might be high-scoring. So if we're gonna get into it. We got Ben Roethlisberger at the top, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Goff, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Mariota, Kirk, and Andy Dalton. Obviously, like I said, Ben and Matt Ryan I think are clearly in play here, meaning because I think that game is going to be very high scoring. Both quarterbacks should show off. I'm not going to be Phillip Rivers this week. Jared Goff, nah. Cam Newton, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, I'm not going to be on any of them. This week, I'm going to be going down at quarterback. I think Carson Wentz is in play against Minnesota. Minnesota's defense has not been very strong, especially the secondary coming back from last year. They were a very good defense. This year has not been like that. Carson Wentz, he's played 2 games this year. One of them, the one against Indy, it was very rainy. His first game back after tearing his ACL, and then his next game he came back throwing 50 passes, put up 24 Draftkings points. I also think Kirk Cousins against Philly is a great pick. Me being an Eagles fan, I know our secondary is trash. Jalen Mills, it seems like he gets burnt every single play, and if he doesn't get burnt, it's going to be pass interference. I think Kirk Cousins with Thielen or Diggs is a great option. Matt Stafford, I think, is going to be chalky this week. Going against Green Bay, he's putting up good numbers. Golden Tate is also a great option to pair with Matt Stafford. Or even if you don't want to go Matt Stafford with Golden Tate, you got Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones to pair with Matt Stafford. So I think that's a great play. I think where I'm going this week is Blake Bortles against KC. Watching the Broncos-KC game, or just watching any KC game this year, their defense is not good, as you can see here. I'll go up to Mahomes. Look at the scores: 27-23, 38-27, 42-37, 38-28. Very high scoring. Pretty much a shootout when you're going against KC. So I expect, with Fournette being out, Blake Bortles to try to take over this game. Fight for Jacksonville. So I'm going to be plugging in Blake Bortles, most likely. And my running back, there's 4 running backs that I love on this slate. And the thing that sucks is you can only take 3. So at the top, you got Todd Gurley, which is obviously, I don't really got to say anything about Todd Gurley. You already know he's putting unit up numbers every week. But then again, that price tag is not too good for us. A running back that I do love is Melvin Gordon, obviously, going against Oakland. Not only Melvin Gordon is a great running back on DK, just because look at his targets: 10, 4, 7, 13. That's targets. And then he's also getting the ball 15, 15, 9, 15. Melvin Gordon is pretty much, he's going to score a touchdown every week. He had 1 TV against San Francisco. He had 2 against Buffalo, and that's just receiving. And then he has 1 against LA rushing, and then 1 against Buffalo rushing. Melvin Gordon's obviously a great play. I don't know if I'm going to be on him because that price tag. I'm trying to spend up at other positions or like taking mid-range players. Even though I love Melvin Gordon in this spot, we got Bell is obviously out. McCaffrey and Barkley, those are going against each other. Two good plays. I don't think I'm picking them this week, but a play that I'm gonna be on against Atlanta is James Conner. We all know Atlanta, it gives up too many catches to running backs, and if you ever watch a Pittsburgh game, you know that Ben likes to dump it off to James Conner a lot. 7 targets, 6 targets, 5, 6. I think he put up 38 against Cleveland, 19 against KC, and 15 against Tampa, and then 10 against Baltimore. Baltimore, he didn't have a good game. I'm not worried about that. Going against Atlanta, I'm all over James Conner. Then you got Gio Bernard. He was obviously in play last week, but with Joe Mixon back, I'm not going to be touching those backs. Tevin Coleman, it seems like everyone talks about him every week. I don't think he ever puts up numbers. Obviously, he puts up numbers, but not as big as everyone expects. But going against Pittsburgh, I feel like this Atlanta-Pittsburgh game is very high scoring, but I will not be on Tevin Coleman because I feel like it's going to be more of a passing game. Which I took Connor because he gets those targets. David Johnson is another running back that I love here, going against San Francisco. Obviously he has not been the player that we all thought he was going to be this year, but I think he's going to get back on track here against San Francisco, which isn't a great run defense. But if you look at his games, Washington he put 17. They were down that game. They were trying to throw the ball. As you can see, he got 9 targets. He only ran the ball 9 times. The Rams, they got shut out 34-0. They put 6 Draftkings points up. But that defense is raw. Aaron Donald, he was probably all over David Johnson in that game. So I'm kind of overlooking that game. And the last 2 games he hasn't been that bad. We're going against Chicago with Khalil Mack. That's a great defense. He got a receiving touchdown that game, so that kind of boosted his points up. And then going against Seattle, he had 22 attempts running the ball. So I feel like Arizona's seeing that they need to feed David Johnson the ball if they want a chance. He had 41 yards receiving as well. I expect him to get at least 90 rushing yards Sunday, even 100. I expect him to get the 100-yard bonus with a TD in there. I think he's going to hit value for us and be a great pick. And then here, going back to running back, Leonard Fournette obviously out. If you guys watched the Broncos-Chiefs game, the Chiefs' run defense is trash. Lindsey and Royce Freeman did whatever they wanted to against that team. This is why my favorite running back on this slate is TJ Yeldon. With Fournette out, I'm loving me some TJ Yeldon. Put up 16 against the Giants, put up 9 against New England, 15 against Tennessee, and 24 against New York. He had 2 touchdowns against that game as well. I'm expecting him to put up at least 20 points against this KC team. They were just holes everywhere, so I'm liking that. Who else can I talk about here? Maybe get some Jay in there. If Corey Clement sits, Darren Sproles is going to be out. Jay should get himself a TD here, in my opinion. But I am an Eagles fan, so. Philip Lindsay, I'm not going to be on him just because Royce Freeman, they split the carries. Lindsay is the number 1 back, but they do split the carries. I don't see a lot of value at running back this week. Maybe Kerryon Johnson. I picked him last week against Dallas. He got me 12.6. I thought he was going to do much better. I mean, I don't know. I think those are my 4 running backs I like, which is David Johnson, Connor, TJ Yeldon, which I forgot to plug in, and Melvin Gordon at the top. Let's see, I don't see any other really running backs I'm going to be on this week. Obviously, if you have a gut feeling, go with it. But those are the running backs that I'm going to be on this week. At wide receiver, we got Antonio Brown and Julio Jones at the top. Obviously, like I said earlier in this video, I think this is going to be a very, very high-scoring game. If I had to pick between the 2, I'm going AB. Julio Jones is just... I think he's one of the best receivers in the league, but he's just not, like... I don't know how to explain it. He is not producing like I think he should be. Calvin Ridley has been having himself a year. Mohamed Sanu has been getting some targets here and there. So Julio hasn't been what I thought he's going to be this year. With AB, pretty much, I think the same as well. He's not been AB, but I think this game he's going to bounce back against Atlanta. I think he's going to get 2 TDs this game. Against Baltimore, he put up 17 points. I remember he had a TD that game. Pretty sure that was like a Thursday night game or something. I had him in the showdown. I think he's going to eat against Atlanta. And then also Julio Jones is going to play against Pittsburgh. Going down, you got Odell, Allen. Oh, Thielen. I think Thielen's a great pick against my Eagles. Like I said, Kirk Cousins is obviously in play. Thielen just produces 19 DraftKings points, 34, 27.5, 30.5. He's just getting those targets. Look at his targets: 12, 19, 13, 12. Whether Diggs or Thielen are on Diggs, I expect Thielen and Diggs to both have a big game here. Like I said, Mills is just getting burnt. I don't know. There's nothing else to say to it. Our secondary is not good, and we just lost Rodney McLeod. So I expect Diggs and Adam Thielen to have big games. Devontae Adams is questionable. Watch out for that. I'm pretty sure the other two wide receivers, John Allison and Randall Cobb, are out, I believe. So watch out for that. He should be seeing some Darius Slay, I believe, in this matchup. So, Devontae Adams, he does get targets, but going against Darius Slay, I don't think I'm going to be on him. I have him on my season long, but I don't think I'm going to use him on Sunday. Juju Smith. I know I love me some Juju Smith this week. Going against Atlanta, I want exposure to Atlanta, Pittsburgh this week. You don't really want to spend up for AB. I think Juju Smith is a great pick if you want to use him. Brandon Cooks against Seattle, I'm not going to be on as much. AJ Green, Emmanuel Sanders, Stephon Diggs, like I mentioned, him and Thielen are great picks this week. If they are on Mills, I expect them to eat, to say the least. Tyreek Hill against the Jaguars. He's having some beef this week, so I wonder what he's going to do this week. I'm not going to be on him. Let's see, Jarvis Landry, I'm not going to be on. He's been getting a lot of targets, but he basically is the Cleveland Browns offense. But going against Baltimore with Baker Mayfield played last game. Landry caught 4 of 10 targets. I'm not liking that at all. But Golden Tate, I know a lot of people are using Matt Stafford this week. Golden Tate is your guy. He's put up 36 Draftkings points against Dallas. He had 8 targets and 8 receptions, 2 touchdowns. And I'm sure most of you guys saw that touchdown celebration he had against Dallas. I love that because I hate Dallas. And he's just consistent. Much like most wide receivers that you're paying up for. At 6'7", Golden Tate is a great pick. Robert Woods, I'm not going to be on. Corey Davis, I hate Corey Davis. Catching the overtime touchdown against my Eagles. Plus, watching the whole game, he has butterfingers. He just drops everything that I see. I'm not going to be on him this week. Cooper Kupp, he's your guy. I think it was Monday night, playing against Minnesota. He just went off, man. 40 DraftKings points. I love it. Alshon Jeffrey, if you're playing Carson Wentz this week, which I believe Carson Wentz is definitely in play, I think you should match him up with Alshon Jeffrey coming back from his shoulder injury. Carson Wentz loves Alshon Jeffrey and Ertz. I think Ertz and Jeffrey should have a big game if Wentz has a big game. Alshon Jeffrey had 9 targets, 8 catches with a touchdown. He put up 27 DraftKings points. That's a great game. Going against Minnesota, they were a great defense last year. This year, not looking like it. Kenny Galladay, if you're on Matt Stafford, I love you some Kenny Galladay. If you're fading Tate, Kenny Galladay could have a big game. Calvin Ridley against the Steelers, he is just producing. I expect him to. Now, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about Calvin Ridley in these last couple days, but I like him against Pittsburgh in a high-scoring game. Tyler Boyd, which I was on last week. Tyler Boyd and Calvin Ridley going 5'7" and 5'8". Tyler Boyd, I'm pretty sure he did his price jump, like a couple hundred. He's at 4'6", so over 1,000. If he's getting targets, you're gonna want to use him. I might use him this week. I probably will. He had 15 targets against Atlanta, 7 against Carolina, 9 against Baltimore, and he put up 21, 28, and 24. I don't really got to say anything about that. Tyler Boyd, if he's getting the targets, you're on him. Demaryius Thomas, I'm not going to be on. John Brown. I don't see a lot of guys down here that I like. Maybe Sterling Shepard if Evan Ingram's out. Evan Ingram, I believe he was out week 3 and week 4, and Sterling Shepard's 8. I don't like Eli Manning. I think he sucks. But if you want to look at Sterling Shepard, you definitely can. I don't see a lot of value I like at wide receiver this week. Funches is a cheap play, but he's not really putting up numbers this week or this season. I'm not going to be on him. If you have Blake Bortles in your lineup, maybe if you want Keelan Cole, I'm going to be on D.D. Westbrook. That's my value wide receiver this week. I'm going to be on D.D. Westbrook. He got 13 targets against New York and then 4, 5, 6. I think he's going to have another big game. But if you're not on Blake, I wouldn't really roster him. Jordy Nelson might be a chalky. He's been pretty much Oakland's number one wide receiver. Amari Cooper's not having that great of a year. The last 2 games, it's been all Jordy Nelson, having 8 targets in both of those games, a touchdown in both of those games. I'm not liking it going against the Chargers defense. I'm not going to be on Jordy Nelson. But if I had to pick a few wide receivers to plug in, I'm not going to be on AB or Julio just because I don't like the price. Maybe you're going for a GPP stack. You can be on AB or Julio. Like I said, I love Thielen and Diggs going against Jalen Mills. Juju Smith is also in a great spot against Atlanta. Golden Tate, obviously, you don't got to talk about that. He's putting up numbers this year. Alshon Jeffrey, if you have Wentz, I like a Wentz and Jeffrey stack. Kenny Galladay, if you don't have Golden Tate. Ridley, Tyler Boyd, I love those guys. Sterling Shepard, if Engram's out, which I believe he is, so Sterling Shepard should be in play. At least keep an eye out for him. So yeah, that's who I'm going to be on for wide receivers this week. We head over to the tight end position. Usually at tight end, I like to spend down. Here, let me take these guys out of here so you don't got to look at that. Usually at a tight end position, I like to spend down. But you got Zach Ertz at the top. This is Carson Wentz's favorite target. Carson Wentz came back against the Colts. He got 10 targets from Wentz. And then Ertz had 14 targets against Tennessee and 10 catches. Ertz is Carson Wentz's guy. While being an Eagles fan, I know this. Zach Ertz is my favorite tight end in the league by far. Ertz, whenever Carson Wentz is in, Ertz is going to get the targets. Travis Kelce, I know he was banged up, but he could be in play if you want to spend up at tight end. I'm usually not going to spend up at tight end. But some tight ends that I love is where is he? Vance McDonald going against Atlanta. Only at 3,700, he's been Pittsburgh's tight end, having 112 yards against Tampa and 62 against Baltimore in the last 2 games. At 3,700, you really can't go wrong. I expect this to be a high-scoring game. I expect Vance to maybe have like 70 yards with a touchdown. David Njoku, he hasn't really been Baker Mayfield's guy. He had 7 targets, but 10 Draftkings points in such a high-scoring game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on Njoku, but Austin Hooper, if you want to maybe in a GB, if you're stacking the game, maybe go Austin Hooper. I'm not going to be on him. Only getting 2 targets, 4 targets. I'm not going to really be on Austin Hooper, but this is going to be a high-scoring game, so if you want to stack this game, throw some Austin Hooper in some of your lineups. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, if you're going Blake Bortles, if you want to pair him with him. I'm not going to be doing that. 4 Draftkings points. He's not really, I'm not going to be looking at him. With Eifert going down, some tight ends I love are Croft and Uzuma, if that's how you pronounce his name. Tyler Croft, obviously he hasn't been getting the targets, but that's because Eifert's been their number 1 guy. I expect Croft or Uzuma. I'm probably going to be on Uzuma if I were to pick one to have a big game here for your tight end position. In week 3, Uzuma had a touchdown against Carolina. That's why you see the 10 Draftkings points. Obviously, these numbers are going to be smaller because Eifert's been playing. But without Eifert, I expect Croft or Uzuma, one of them, to have a really good game. And I'm not going to be on any of these tight ends down here, honestly. Dallas Goedert, Carson Wentz has been targeting him in the last 2 weeks. He had 7 targets for 20 Draftkings points against Indianapolis. He only got 2 targets against Tennessee. One of them was a 10-yard catch, I remember. But yeah, I'm not going to be any of these guys. Basically, it's Vance McDonald and then either of the Cincinnati guys. Croft or Uzuma, that's who I'm going to be on this week. Flex, obviously, you could run into your tight end, wide receiver, running back. We went through all of them. If you want to go defense, I'd probably leave at the top is the Titans going against Buffalo. I won't be on. I like to spend down at defense, maybe at a defense at home. I was looking through this. The Rams, I think, are a great option. I won't be on the Panthers going against the Giants. I think they should get 1 or 2 picks here, but I won't be on them. Going against Eli Manning We already know Eli Manning sucks. Going down here to the sub 3K range. Jaguars against KC. I'm not liking that. Mahomes, Kelsey. We don't really got to talk about that. We already know about KC. I believe KC. They should die down soon, but I'm not going to take that risk going against the Jaguars or going against the Chiefs, picking the Jaguars. A defense I really like this week is the Chiefs at home. Or not the Chiefs at home, the Browns at home against Baltimore. They've been a much better defense at home. They played the Saints in week 2 away in the Dome, and they held Drew Brees and the Saints at 21 points. Must you say more? No. They're getting two wins, 0 interceptions, and then they had 3 against Pittsburgh. At 2.5, I don't think they're gonna get blown here by Joe Flacco. I think if you want to spend down at defense, the Browns are definitely a good play. Maybe the Jets. I don't believe in the Jets. I think they had one good game. Yeah, right here, 26 Draftkings points against the Lions. I'm not going to be on the Jets, but Denver coming off a shorter week. If you want to pick them, you can do that. Yeah, so I believe that's it. I'm probably going to be on the Browns this week. Obviously, the Steelers. No, that's going to be a high-scoring game. Maybe if you want to go Buffalo against Tennessee. I'm not a big believer in Tennessee. But I don't believe in Buffalo either, so I'm not going to be touching that. I don't believe. What are some other defenses I can give you? Seattle against LA, no thank you. I guess maybe the Panthers against the Giants. We all know Eli Manning sucks. The Panthers, week 3 had 4 interceptions. And then week 1 they had 6 sacks. I think they can easily shut out the Giants here. Not shut them out maybe, but it's not going to be a high-scoring game for the Giants. Eli Manning sucks. Must I say more? Saquon Barkley, he's pretty much matchup proof as we see. He just gets so many touches. But yeah, so maybe the Panthers if you want to spend up. But I'm most likely going to be on the Browns and these 2.5K defenses that are at home. So yeah, that's going to be it. Those are going to be my picks for this Week 5 slate. I'm going to be updating my Twitter. My Twitter is @ElevateDFS if you want to pick me up. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. And thank you guys for watching. Let's eat this week.